My name is Volker Kruger. I'm an attorney who specializes in wills, estate planning, trusts, and the administration of deceased estates at Velden-Duffey attorneys in Rustenburg. Nobody likes to think about dying. Consequently, people do not like to talk about their wills. Most people don't expect to die soon. Consequently, most people procrastinate on having their wills reviewed regularly or a will drafted at all. Many people don't realize how important it is to have a properly drafted will. Having a simple will drafted by a specialized attorney does not cost much and can certainly prevent a lot of headaches and hardship for your family. During September every year, you can also have your will drafted free of charge during the National Wills Week sponsored by the Law Society. You can use the following checklist to review your current will or to plan a will. Firstly, do you have minor children? If you do, you should nominate guardians for those children. You should also cater for a trust, for cash inheritances, and to ensure that these are not paid to the guardians fund of the government. Secondly, your will should also exclude all inheritances from marriages in community of property and the accrual system. This will ensure that only your children benefit from the inheritances and not their spouses. This is particularly important where your children might get divorced. Thirdly, your will should cater for the possible insolvency of a beneficiary. It should contain a provision in terms of which such inheritance is to be held in trust until the beneficiary has been rehabilitated. This will ensure that the creditors cannot benefit from the inheritance. Furthermore, does your will cater for substitution, where a beneficiary might be predeceased or pass away shortly after you? Do you have children from a previous relationship? If you do, you should get specialist advice on a plan to properly look after them without burdening your spouse or life partner. Do you own agricultural land? If you do, you should get once again a specialist advice on the Subdivision of Agricultural Land Act 70 of 1970. Do you have a family trust? If you do, you should nominate trustees in your place in your will. You should also take other steps to ensure that there is no dispute between your family in respect of the affairs of the family trust. Do you have overseas assets? If you do, you should have a separate drafted will for those assets overseas. And finally, does your will and your estate plan provide for donations to beneficiaries during your lifetime? Cremation, if you indeed would like to be cremated? Sufficient liquidity to ensure that there's enough cash to pay debts and taxes? And capital gains tax, estate duty, and value-added tax. You could also consider signing a living will. A living will is an instruction to your doctor and your family to switch off the medical machines where you might be brain dead and there's no hope whatsoever that you are going to recover. Such a living will then makes the decision for your family easier to take and can most certainly prevent a lot of medical costs and trauma. Please visit our website for FAQs and answers on wills, trusts, estate planning at vvd.co.za, or contact me at 014-592-1135 or volker@vvd.co.za for a first free consultation to discuss your will and your estate planning.